Hello, this is Street Fighter Collection for PS1. And I'm playing on a PS2. Why is that off the top of the screen? Is my display wigged out? So this is disc 1. It's a 2-disc collection. And disc 1 apparently just has Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which are the last two. Anyway, so let's do Turbo. That's the one I want anyway. I figured I would go through all the versions of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo I have on hand. I used to have the Dreamcast Grandmaster Challenger for matching service. One, and I sold that when I sold my Dreamcast collection. I'm sort of annoyed with myself about that. But, oh well, I've got a bunch of other ones we can take a look at. So this is the PS1 one, and actually it's a unique one and a very good one. Well, I think. There's a Street Fighter Collection 2 on PS1, which has the first 3 games in the series. Actually, what is disc... I'm not even sure what disc 2 has on it of the Collection 1. Collection 2 is a 1-disc thing. So, for a while, World Warrior in Street Fighter Collection 2 was my favorite version of Street Fighter 2 World Warrior because it had less input delay than, for instance, 30th Anniversary Collection on PS4. Okay, so here we are in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. You can do arcade mode versus mode, which of course would be a local versus mode. I'm not going to activate that because it might break. Because do I have a controller? I do. Do I have a second controller plugged in? I do. I guess I can try it then. That's kind of an interesting setup. Well, that looks pretty straightforward. I like that character select screen. Okay, I'm going to try to reset by mashing all the buttons. It's not resetting. There it goes. Backup is the memory card stuff. I don't have a memory card in right now. I have a PS2 memory card, but that's not going to help. Options. So Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, famously, the versions outside of Japan were super difficult. And in fact, I think it was all from a bug in the US arcade version, where, at least this is I think what I read or heard somewhere, and it seemed plausible that the difficulty setting was just broken, and the game just, no matter what the difficulty setting was set to, the game just read it as the highest difficulty setting. But according to the Cutting Room Floor website, this PlayStation version and the Saturn version are the two versions where in an English release of the game, that is actually fixed. And I had thought I had read somewhere that a later revision of the arcade ROM for the States had fixed it, but I've never actually seen that release, so maybe that was incorrect. In fact, that's striking me now. It was probably incorrect. So this may be, this and the Saturn version may be the only English versions that actually do that correctly, do the difficulty correctly. So I'm setting it to easy, and if it's actually not super hard, then that will confirm that this is that sort of unique version. Now the speed is, I'm not sure what TO is, come to think of it. Let's try TO because Because otherwise, when it's on free, you're picking between 1, 2, and 3. But what is... Oh. Turbo 0? I guess turbo would be off. I want to see that. I don't know what shortcut does. It's probably just a list-based loading or character select screen. Okay. How do you pick different... Oh, I hit the triangle. All right. Okay. I do have to set up my buttons. I like this nice, simple button config. Why can't every friggin' version of Street Fighter do something at least as simple? And you actually do have volume, separate sound effect and background music volume settings for this. A lot of PlayStation 1 games, you don't even have any volume settings, so that's nice. So let's see what this TO speed thing does, and the shortcut. Presumably character select. Arcade mode it is. Yeah, so you don't get the map. You still get the character portraits. That's interesting. You don't get the plane flying. Oh, you don't get the big portraits. Turbo Speedo. Or Turbo Speed Zero, I suppose.
Round 1, fight.
By the way, I'm not any good at Super Turbo. It does feel relatively slow. It doesn't, maybe it doesn't feel as slow as like World Warrior though. Oh, maybe it does. Actually, yeah, maybe it is World Warrior speed. Come here, Kent. Oh, you punk. That was supposed to be an uppercut. There you go. It's actually not super hard. Okay, I'm gonna mash because I want to reset that stuff. So yeah, the World Warrior version from Street Fighter Collection 2 is really good, and this is looking really good so far. And again, it might be, with the Saturn version, the only English release, or at least US release, that has a working difficulty setting. So let's just set it to Turbo 2, which I believe is the default arcade speed for Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Well, shoot, now I kind of want to show. Its defaults to free, so we'll take a look at that real quick. Because it gives you a little selection thing on the character select screen. Which I don't think I showed. Okay, there. So you just pick Turbo 1, 2, or 3. Let's look at what 3 is like. Now, the cutting room floor was also saying that, that the Japanese speed numbering is different. And I noticed this. I was looking at the Dreamcast version, a video of it, and it seemed from the video I looked at of the Dreamcast, you know, Super Street Fighter 2 for matching, so Super Street Fighter 2X for matching service, the Grandmaster Challenge or whatever. It seemed like it defaulted to Turbo 3. And basically the cutting room floor was saying that the Japanese numbering system was different than ours. And it was basically like one number higher, I guess. So like the World Warrior would have counted as speed 1 instead of speed 0 or something like that. So a Japanese speed 3 would be would be Turbo 2, US Turbo 2, which is the default in the arcade. So yeah, this is actually easy. I haven't looked at GameFAQs to see what cheats are in this, but like in the World Warrior, if you can single credit clear the Street Fighter Collection 2 version of World Warrior, you unlock a versus mode, which I think has versus CPU, but I've never been able to single credit it even on easy, so I haven't seen it. Like it takes me like an hour to beat T-Hawk in the regular US version, just because the difficulty is ridiculous, but there I just crushed him. Whoa, but the music reset. I guess that's because it switched to the somebody's about to die version. So yeah, I just almost perfected T-Hawk. I mean, that's ridiculous for the US version. I mean, for me. Did I actually pick? This is on Turbo 3 though, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to reset. I want this on Turbo 2. I forget what I set it on now.
Round 1.
Reset. Or you can just do that. I guess I can do it that way. I guess. I also kind of want to see what the default difficulty 4 is like, since I was already crushing it on difficulty 1. So let's set it to 4. Let's do, just set it to Turbo 2. Shortcut off. The other stuff should be good. Now, I'm not going to try to play all the way through this. It's probably still going to be a little too hard for me to do with any kind of alacrity, so I wonder if you can get the 8th color if you hold the button down. Oh yeah, you do. So if you hold a button down when you're selecting a character, you get an 8th color, and for Ryu, that's green with a red headband. I don't know if I've ever actually seen this color. I was just reading about this the other day after playing the Super Turbo version in Street Fighter 6. Well, on stage 1, I'm crushing DJ. That's the thing too about the US version. The US arcade version, even on stage 1, it's ridiculously hard. So it's like not only is the difficulty always set to the highest difficulty, but it's even the highest possible on stage 1. Whereas most fighting games, like the first 2 stages, are usually a little easier. That was dumb, but it hit him. I love how the default initials are POO. Actually, I'm not sure I love that. But it was that way in the Street Fighter 6 version as well. This is a really good port. And I'm not surprised because the World Warrior version is really good. I mean, not only does well, it's good if you don't mind that the difficulty is not the busted arcade difficulty. So it probably, even if you set it to difficulty 8, it wouldn't quite play like the arcade. I guess I should try that. because it would probably be a little easier on stages 1 and 2, at least. Okay, Chun, no. On stage 2, Chun is not messing around. Oh no, it was at the end of the road for Ryu, probably. Dang. Come on, Chun. Ah. Oh, dang it. That was brainless. Do my super, please. Oh my gosh, she got hit by it. Usually, like, when you watch people who are good at Super Turbo play, the supers are basically just for chip damage. Maybe except for Zangief's, I don't know, but usually it's just chip damage because they're easy to block. You can't usually combo into them as far as I know. Oh my gosh, I thought I was blocking. Come on. Oh, nice try, Chun. Hey. Well, that was dumb. It was the end of the road for my stupid Ryu. So, on a fixed difficulty 4, I still did not quite get by stage 2 on the first try. That's okay, though. I'm not really trying to. I just want to look at this stuff. My note to myself for the World Warrior was don't always continue because otherwise you get that red screen flash, and I just forgot about that. So sorry about that red screen flash. If you continue, you get a yellow screen flash, so it's actually not that much better. Or at least you do in the arcade version. I'm not sure if you do get that yellow screen flash here. You probably do. I guess I should check that. Let's try difficulty 8 just to see if that is actually like the arcade version on any difficulty in the arcade, I think. Start button color. Now, Fei Long in the arcade will just crush me. I still don't really know how to beat the arcade version Fei Long. So this is difficulty 8. I wonder if it's going to be as immediately hard as the arcade version, or if it'll still go a little easy on the first match. It seems like it's going a little easy. Yeah, there's no way I would be able to do that in the arcade version. One thing I really like in Super Turbo is that it picks a random color for the CPU characters. Like a lot of, especially console fighting games, where the player has access to more colors for the characters, the CPU, it still just uses like the default color all the time, which sucks. So yeah, it's not the it's not arcade difficulty still, because arcade difficulty is maximum difficulty even in the first match. And that match was that match one was still going quite easy on me. I would never be able to do that to Fei Long in the arcade version. I actually have like I said, no idea how to fight CPU arcade version Fei Long. I was looking at it the other day and it was ridiculous. This should be pretty hard, but not maximum difficulty yet. Okay, well, it's not yet. Maybe it's broken the other way. Oh shoot, nice one though. I had actually ruled out playing Super Turbo a while back because I was having real bad photosensitivity problems with my eyeballs because I wasn't sleeping enough, basically, and I had some bad lighting going on in my apartment and my monitor and so forth. Oh, shoot. And so the flashing stuff like the super down there, and like when you set people on fire, how their flame flashes, and even the flashing sort of pulsing effect of the fireballs was bugging me. I could play World Warrior though because it had less flashing stuff. Didn't have super meters. I don't think it had setting people on fire even. I shouldn't speak in past tense. See, I'm a little surprised this is still so easy. If T-Hawk doesn't really waste me here, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. Now, how I finally beat him in the Street Fighter 6 arcade version the other day was, I did it wrong, was to just go for jump kicks, not to go for a follow-up. I did that wrong. Okay, it's gotten hard. Maybe it's just T-Hawk hard. Oh. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is more like it. Ugh. I am about to die. Oh. Okay, last thing that I wanted to check was the continue. If it gives a yellow flash. Oh man, there's a load screen before the game, or before the post-match talk. Yeah, it's got the yellow stripe. Okay, well, so excellent port of Super Turbo, except if this is a thing you wanted. If you wanted the arcade difficulty, that doesn't kick in until, what is this, match 3? Or is it 4? 3 or 4? Oh, we get pink T-Hawk. That's why I love the random color select. And that you can see the colors on, like, the versus screen and stuff. And even on the character select screen for the character you pick. Pink T-Hawk. Og. Oh. Ah. Joe. What am I doing? That was an uppercut attempt. I always have trouble with uppercuts in this game because I get so nervous and it's so fast. How did I screw that up? I should have had him. I'm gonna die. Oh, I actually caught him. I wonder if that was a chip out or if that actually hit him. That almost was too soon. I was so nervous. Oh no, why am I? Ooh. Okay, don't try to follow up, just... Okay. Oh, dang. That's your death music, T-Hawk. Oh no. I did it again. Shoot. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Ugh. See, that's what the arcade version will do. It's just like when it wants to kill me, it just kills me. Like that. Of course. Don't follow up. Oh no. That's more like the Super Turbo I know. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, so really amazing port. The only port along with the contemporary Saturn version that, we're gonna get some, oh wait, what if oh god, I couldn't reset even. That had a fixed difficulty setting. So it's not arcade perfect to the US version in that respect, which may bother total purists. If I did want a version of Super Turbo I could actually beat, I guess I would be playing this version, because, I mean, just the graphics looks really good. I mean, there's load times, of course, but they did a great job converting the graphics. The speed is spot on. I'm not enough of a Super Turbo or Street Fighter 2 guru to know, like, if any moves act a little different or anything, but to me it feels pretty darn identical to the arcade version or whatnot. So anyway, super good version. It does pretty much start to kick my buns like the arcade version. Or round match was at 3 or 4. Might have still been a little easy because I don't normally get that close to killing T-Hawk in the arcade version. But yeah, real good version. And that's all I have to say, because I'm just repeating myself now. Okay, I'm going to go try to record another version. I guess I'll move on to, I have several PS2 versions, so that'll be fun. See you later. And I think the PS2 versions probably aren't going to be as good as this version, but don't tell anyone.